Welcome to the Explainer. It's that time of year again, and we're going to unwrap something really interesting: the business behind professional holiday light installation. It's surprisingly clever, actually. We're going to break down how these companies take a total chore and turn it into this premium service, what they're selling, and maybe even more important, how they're selling it. So let's start with a problem that, well, I bet it sounds familiar to a lot of you. You know the drill. You head up to the attic or down to the basement, you pull out that big box of holiday lights, and what comes next is, yeah, a little bit of nostalgia, but let's be real, it's mostly just a whole lot of frustration. And that's really the core of it, right? You're stuck dealing with a giant knot of tangled wires, trying to find that one bulb that's out and making the whole string fail, wrestling with those cheap, flimsy lights you bought last year. And then you've got the shaky ladder, you're out there for hours in the cold, and don't even get me started on taking it all down again. It's that mix, the tedious work and, honestly, the danger. That's the perfect pain point. It's what creates the market for a professional service to step in. Okay, so what's the solution these pros are offering? What does the fix for all that holiday hassle actually look like? Well, it's way more than just hiring someone to climb a ladder for you. It's a complete, all-inclusive package. And the whole point is to make every single one of those problems just disappear. All right, so the first big thing they push, and this is a huge part of their marketing, is the quality of the lights. They immediately draw a line in the sand between their service and the whole DIY thing. They're promising way better equipment. You can really finally say goodbye to those cheap lights you get at the big box stores. So what does that actually mean? Well, we're talking about commercial-grade LEDs. These are not the kind of lights you just pick up off the shelf. Nope, they're built to be way more durable, to actually stand up to tough winter weather, they're more energy efficient, and they give off a much brighter, more vibrant glow. That's the key takeaway here. The whole service is built on a foundation of a much, much better product. But it's not just about having better bulbs, right? The other big promise is a look that you just can't get with those standard one-size-fits-all light strings. The whole goal is to get this super clean architectural finish, something that looks like it was literally made just for your house. So how do they pull that off? It's actually pretty cool. They custom cut the light strands right there, on site. So what does that mean for you? No more sloppy dangling ends or awkward gaps where the string is too long or too short. Every single line is cut to the exact length of your roof lines and your gutters. It gives you this perfectly tailored, super professional look. Okay, and the third piece of this puzzle is what makes it a true set-it-and-forget-it kind of service. It's not just about installation. They handle literally everything. A bulb goes out in the middle of December, they come and fix it. Holidays are over, they come back, take it all down, and then, and this is a huge selling point, they even store it all for you until next year. The hassle is just gone, completely. And of course, with a package like this, you get some creative choices too. The classic warm white, yeah, that's definitely the most popular. But clients can also pick from other colors, your reds, greens, blues, to really customize their display. They can even switch it up and do a totally different look the next year if they feel like it. Okay, now we get to what I think is the most fascinating part of this whole thing: the business model. Because you might think, okay, I'm paying for these awesome high-end lights, but you're not. You don't actually buy them. The company keeps ownership, and you're really just leasing them as part of the overall service. And that's the big question, isn't it? It sounds a little weird at first. Why would you pay every single year to rent lights you could just buy once? Well, there's a really smart, strategic reason for it, and it ends up being a huge win-win for both the company and for you, the customer. Okay, so here's the brilliant part. For you, the customer, leasing means you get a 100% warranty. A strand goes out, a bulb breaks, doesn't matter. The company covers all the costs, all the labor. No surprise bills. Plus, it gives you that awesome flexibility to change up your colors every year without having to buy a whole new set of lights. But now, think about it from the business side. This is even smarter for them. It completely changes the game. Instead of a one-time sale, they get guaranteed recurring revenue year after year. And it builds this super loyal customer base that's basically locked in for the long haul. So if you're a homeowner and you want in on this, how does it actually work? What's the process from "I'm interested" to "my house looks amazing"? Well, they laid out pretty clearly. It's a very straightforward journey. It's basically a simple 4-step deal. First, you request a free estimate. If you like what you see in the proposal, you sign the lease agreement. Then you put down a 50% deposit. That locks in your spot because these guys get busy. And finally, you schedule the installation date. It's a formal process, which is good because it means everyone knows exactly what to expect before any work starts. All right, let's wrap this up by looking at the big picture, the value proposition. After all is said and done, What does all this convenience, all this quality, and this complete end-to-end service, what's it going to cost you? So, the starting price, there's a minimum cost of $550. And that number tells you everything you need to know. Right away, it positions this as a premium service. This isn't the budget option. It's an investment in convenience and quality for the holidays. And really, this quote just sums it all up perfectly. At the end of the day, these companies aren't just selling you lights and a few hours of labor. No, they're selling a feeling. They're selling a guaranteed, beautiful, and totally hassle-free holiday experience. They're selling you all the magic of the season with none of the mess. And that really leaves us with a fascinating thought, doesn't it? This whole business model is a perfect snapshot of our modern service economy. The real products being sold here, they're not lights, they're time, their convenience, and their peace of mind. So it really makes you wonder, in a world that's getting busier all the time, what's the actual value of a perfect, totally effortless experience? Thanks for joining us for this explanation.